And welcome back to another episode of Laugh with Ryan. As always, it's a pleasure having you here with me. Guys, today I'm going to open up a conversation that doesn't get spoken nearly enough. It is the struggles that step parents never talk about. And I know there's so many step parents out there. I have a step parent, I have a stepfather as well as a stepmother. But this episode has been coming for some time, and I think it's time we recognize the step parents out there because you don't know what they actually go through. And I think this is a topic that's never gets discussed. It never gets brought up. Um, now being a step parent is one of the most hardest jobs out there, literally. I mean, you're stepping into a family, okay, where love, loyalty, and trust are already complicated. Now you're trying to bond with kids who may not want you there. You're walking between a line of being a parent and an outsider. And this is like dark territory. This is scary stuff. And, I mean, most of the time, people actually don't see the weight that step parents are actually carrying. Now, as someone who grew up with a stepdad, yes, myself, and I know there's many out there as well. I've lived on the other side of that, literally. And I can tell you right now. Oh man, I can tell you right now. It's messy. It's confusing. Sometimes painful. You know what? Being the kid in the middle. Now, so today I want to discuss some reflections, some lessons, and a bit of my personal journey because this story deserves to be told. And this story goes out to my stepdad. Dad, I love you with all my heart, and I thank you for everything that you have done for me. Every single thing. The hidings, the discipline. I know you did it because you love me. So let's get into it. Now, the invisible weight that step parents carry. Now, here's the thing about step parents. They often fight battles that no one else sees. Literally, no one else sees it. They're trying to show up, guide, as well as protect, but they don't always get the recognition or the appreciation. Now, it's not just about the discipline or paying the bills or being there for the big milestones. It's about consistency. That's what it's about. You know, Being there when it's hard, showing up even when the kid doesn't want you around. And I can tell you now, in my younger years, yeah, I was that kid. I didn't want a stepdad or this or that. I didn't want it, but I'm so glad he came into my life. I'm so glad. Oh man, I'm so glad. Really, you have no idea. And loving even when you're not loved back. And that's heavy, and it's a heavy weight to carry. Now, my story of my early years. Now, it gets personal, and yeah, it's I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. So now my stepdad came into my life when I was just 5 years old. Okay. And I'm 30 years old now. And P.S. I'm turning 31 in 1 week's time. Yay. I know, I still look good. I still look good. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. I'm not vain. I promise you, I'm not vain. I'm not vain. So yeah, my stepdad, he came to my life when I was 5 years old, and I'm 30 years old now. So he's been in my life now for 25 years. And I mean, that's 25 years of living, of fighting, of learning and growing together. And let me be real with you, it wasn't easy. It was far from easy. Far from easy. And as a kid, I didn't always understand him. I often, if not always, pushed back. I often resented him. And I definitely didn't always appreciate what he was trying to do. Now, when I was a teenager, I started experimenting with marijuana, weed, dacha, whatever you want to call it. Yes. And he was the one who tried to pull me out of that cycle. He bailed me out when I got locked up. Yes, when I got locked up. He took me to rehab. He gave me a hiding. And when I mean a hiding, I mean he gave me a hiding when I disrespected my mom or even disrespected him. And at that time, I hated him for it. And you know what? The word hate is a very strong word, but at that time, yes. But looking back now, you know, I see it. I see it from a place of love, like you cannot believe, and protection. He was just trying to love me, and he was just trying to protect me. And he didn't have to do those things. Seriously, he didn't have to do it. He could have been like the other stepdads who couldn't really care. But no, he cared, he loved, he protected. It's who he is, and it's what he did. And even when I didn't want the help, he still was there. Now, these are some lessons that I've learned over the years. And you know what? Looking back with these lessons, this all stands out from my teenage years with him. And the first one is step parents. They carry scars too, guys. They carry scars. I'm telling you now, you don't understand, and you're not even familiar or couldn't even fathom the scars that they carry. I mean, the pushback, the resentment, the thanklessness, it leaves a mark on them just as much as it does on the kids. Number two, discipline. Oh man, discipline. You know what? I don't even know how to say it or even explain it. The discipline, guys. The discipline was insane. Oh yeah, I didn't like the discipline. I didn't like it at all. But like I say now, where I sit now, I thank God for it. I thank God for the discipline. Really, I do. I mean, the discipline and the love often go hand in hand. And at time I couldn't see it, but now I know. The boundaries he set, the discipline he gave me, it was all rooted in love. And then last one is respect takes time. It doesn't come overnight. Sometimes it takes years, even decades. And before you look back and see the value of what your step parent was doing. And when I say respect, it's like respect, it's in all different categories, but it's like now growing up, I never used to call him dad. I always used to say Uncle Craig, or then after that, then, oh, excuse me, then it was Bali. And then now from Bali, now I say dad because he is my dad. He's earned that from what all he's did and everything he's done for me and given me. He's earned for me to say, hey, listen here, you're my dad. Because when we go out in public, he doesn't say, no, Ryan, no, this is Ryan, this is my stepson. No, he says, this is Ryan, this is my son. And it's exactly now when I go out, I say, no, I don't say this is my stepdad or this. I say, this is my dad. You know what I mean? This is my dad. He's earned that. He's earned that. because I won't lie, I gave him a lot of shit, and I could, and that word doesn't even come close to what I put him through. But yet, he still loves me. And you know what, Dad? I know you're listening to this, and I know you're gonna watch this, and I love you too. So, and you know what? Now that's just the beginning, now, guys. This is just the beginning of my story with my stepdad. Because the truth is that things didn't stop with my teenage years. When I got older, the struggles got even harder, and the battles he fought for me went to a whole new level. Like, I mean, you get a level, then you get a whole new level. We went above that whole new freaking level. I'm telling you now. But now that's a story for next time. So make sure you join me for part 2, because this is only part 1, and I can tell you now, you don't want to miss part 2 of the struggles step parents never talk about, where I will share deeper, harder moments of my 20s that will blow your freaking mind, and how my stepdad showed up for me in ways I could never ever expected or imagine. So I want to say this right now. If you're a step parent listening right now, I want to say this to you, that your role might feel invisible, thankless, even unappreciated. But let me tell you something now. It matters more than you know. And if you're the kid in the middle like I was, remember your step parent might be carrying more love for you than you actually realize. It might not always look, it might always look the way that you want it to look, but sometimes the toughest love ends up shaping us the most. Remember that. As always, thank you for tuning in with Laugh with Ryan. And don't forget, part 2 is coming next. And I'm telling you now, guys, you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. As always, I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I see you in part 2. God bless.